Okie dokie. Are we ready, y'all?
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Aight!
Yeah.
It's from Hades' Town. Okay. A firm knock on the door interrupts your rest. A glance at the window reveals the approaching dawn. When you open the door, or no. Just that's it. A firm knock on the door interrupts your rest. A glance at the window reveals the approaching dawn. What do you do?
Zol was in the middle of doing push-ups. Actually, wait, you said we were resting. Okay, never mind. Zol's feeling especially tired from the journey. But she hops up to her feet and looks around at her pals.
Hey, pals.
Thea was in the middle of a nightmare. So she has sweat running down her face. Hair is crazy. And she sits up suddenly with taking a deep breath, her eyes wide, and she looks, what's happening?
Lara is curled up underneath her blanket, hiding from the sun still. And she's like, somebody's at the door, or somebody is knocking at the window. I don't know. Go away.
No. Okay. And she like fixes herself. And she's like, we're supposed to be up at dawn at that ritual.
All right. Okay. She cracks her back and gets up. And she'll go answer the door.
Alright. So, Alara, when you open the door, Ecub stands outside, fully clad in dark leather, including a very heavy quilted tunic. Slung at his hip is a new weapon, a long sword with an intricately etched hilt. Somewhat surprisingly, its blade glows faintly in the dim light of the room, unmistakably made of glinting silver. Across his back, you spot a compact crossbow, another emblem of his calling as Witch Haven's guardian and chief investigator. A handful of small pouches and a braided rope fit tightly around his waist. You can see a few specialized tools whose function you cannot guess sticking out of pockets and satchels. Seeing you eyeing his equipment, Ecub gives a brisk nod before motioning for you to follow him. He hands you a warm pastry and to Alara, since you're the one that answered the door, for your breakfast. The ceremony is starting soon. Come, we need to hurry.
Okay. She tosses this to who she toss it to? Who wants a pastry?
If no one else really, Thea, do you want it? I'm starving, as always.
She definitely tosses it to Zolina. Then she's like, "Those here, Zol. No questions." Ichab's saying that we're gonna be late, and he looks like he's dressed for war. So don't make fun of him, I guess.
We have to be respectful. Just give me 5 minutes. And she finishes getting ready and like quickly wearing her amulet. Because she's unsure about this ritual.
Can't wait for ritual.
So,
Zol. Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Zol noticed obviously that. How do you say his name? Ethiel?
Ecub.
Ecub.
It's like Jacob with an I.
Okay, Ecub has his crossbow on him. So Zol is going to make sure that she has everything on her. Greatsword, javelins, whatever she might need.
Okay. Alrighty. So he turns and leads the way through the inn, and out into the crisp air, leaving the jingle of steel and faint creak of leather in his wake. On the way towards the town square, Ecub pauses in front of a modest, timbered building where two women stand waiting. They are cloaked against the morning chill, their eyes are lowered, and their heads are bowed and speaking quietly. One is older, wrapped in layers of shawls, while the other, slimmer and perhaps in her early 30s, radiates a restrained anger and subtle grace. The older woman reaches out, but her hand is brushed away. As you get closer, you recognize them. Ah, Yvelda, Irene, thank you for coming. Madame Yvelda lifts her head in your direction as you all continue toward the square. We appreciate your help in searching for our children. Irene and I intend to call on our spirits during the ceremony. See if we can find a trace or sign of our younglings. I can't guarantee it, but we must try everything we can. Irene, standing close by Yvelda's side, glances at you, Thea, and smiles. Thank you for joining us. My mother isn't getting any younger from doing this either.
Uh, of course. Now, obviously, I don't understand your beliefs, but I'll do my own prayer for myself.
Anything helps. Um, Madame Uvelda, she kind of walks next to Irene, and grabs her hand for a brief moment. Um, and Irene looks over at Ecub. I only wish your wife was here, Ecub. We all miss her wisdom. You can see flatness flickering in Ecub's iron features, a raw memory clearly penetrating his steely facade. He nods gravely and says, "So for a year since she left us, but not a day goes by that I don't think of her. She'd be proud to see everyone working together like this." "She certainly would," a new voice echoes, and you all turn around to see its source. The crowd parts and a man emerges, broad-shouldered and towering, an axe resting across his shoulders. Tattoos coil over his forearms and chest, dark lines stack against his skin. His eyes are sharp above a thick beard, taking in each of you with a calm scrutiny. You haven't met Brahm, I take it. He's been leading search parties since the children went missing. Knows the woods better than anyone. Better than the animals, I suspect. Brahm dips his head, in a curt nod at Ecub. Searches so far have turned up nothing. We combed the southern woods, but if there were tracks, they're gone now. He looks over to the altar in town. Maybe today will change things. Folks need something to hope for. Before you guys can say anything, a young girl, no older than maybe say 8 or 9, bursts through the crowd. "Da!" she cries, barreling into the man's arms. Brahm's stern expression softens as he rests a massive hand on the girl's back. "Easy, Ronnie." His voice is warm. His gaze shifts to all of you, a flickering of apology in his eyes. "Say hello to our visitors, Ronnie." Ronnie looks up at the Inquisitor, who manages to smile, but the child ducks behind her father. Brahm goes to speak again, but is cut off by a brawny man in a blacksmith's leather apron, charging up to Ecub. "Ecub! What are you doing to find my boy?" "Everything I possibly can, God. There's... It's not enough! You're letting the trail go cold!" "Listen, I know how you feel. You have no idea how I feel." Nearby citizens overhear the exchange and turn toward Ecub. A series of accusations ring out. A cacophony of voices demand to know what Ecub is doing to find their children, their nieces, their nephews, a friend's child. The Inquisitor backs away, and Brahm shifts his bulk between Ecub and the crowd, though his eyes never leaves Ecub's sword hand. Please, people, I am doing what I can. What exactly are you doing? Wandering the woods hoping for good fortune? Holding these ceremonies every morning? How many children have they recovered? The man's words stun the growing mob to silence. Conrad approaches with another step, a stubby finger poised to jab Ecub in the chest. The Inquisitor does not move, not even a twitch of a finger toward his sword, but fixes the approaching craftsman with the raptor's gaze. Brahm's hand tighten around into his hands and make large fists. The situation is about to escalate beyond control unless you do something.
Thea will go ahead and walk, because I'm guessing like it's Inquisitor Braun Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go around from the Inquisitor and kind of go in the middle of Braun and Conrad. She's like, wait, excuse me, sir. And she looks up at Conrad.
What, outsider?
Well, the Inquisitor has entrusted our help, and we may not know about your religion or what your belief, but what we do have is a lot of hope. And what we do bring is a lot of investigation skills.
Roll a
Per-
persuasion check. DC is 12.
wait, persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
18.
All right. At least he's doing something. Bringing outsiders may be helpful.
We're, we are truly here to help. We want to bring your children home. Please, let's start the ritual and let us leave at the earliest convenience. That gives us more time.
Sorry, I don't know what we were thinking. Everyone's
Trust
under enormous stress, dear. A woman next to him pats Conrad's arm. Don't be too hard on yourself. Already losing interest in arguing, the townsfolk start to turn away from Ecop and Conrad, both of whose postures have started to relax. Bah! Conrad says. He turns and leaves the central square as quickly as he can without breaking into a jog. Relief is plain on Ecop's face as he turns to you. Thank you for that.
Well, children in danger. We truly are here to help. And situations like that doesn't help.
All right. All right. What is everyone else kind of doing right now?
Az would have walked up behind Thea as kind of like this like person behind her, like intimidating like any crossbow from wanting to either attack or anything like that. Staying completely silent, just letting Thea do her magic and her, through her words.
Zol's feeling like in kind of unfamiliar territory. She can kind of see it from both sides, but wants to get a move on and is feeling a little impatient. So she's just kind of hanging out near Thea.
Alara?
Alara is like kind of looking underneath from her hood and like glaring at people who might say something to them that's off. So she's kind of trying to be intimidating without being threatening, I guess. Like make yourself look big, even though she's
I will
small.
say
Be like, no, we're here to solve business.
everyone would have noticed that when the townsfolk started accusing the Inquisitor of not finding the kids, you would have seen Az's hand like grip the sword, not towards the Inquisitor, but towards the townsfolk, because and just
Okay.
left it at that, and then would have relaxed himself.
Okay. So, Madame Uvelda, she kind of like looks over and gives the crowd a stern look. And she offers you all a little smile before making her way toward the statue and the altar. Brah, dear, would you and Ronnie please come with me? Of course, Madame Uvelda. He and his daughter follow after her. Irene, however, hangs back closer to Thea. Unfortunately, we can't start the ceremony.
What do you mean? Why not?
The blacksmith and the blacksmith and his wife have not given us a personal item of their boys. He's the latest to go missing. So we probably have the best chance of finding him if we act quickly. Don't tell
What?
anyone I told you this, but the blacksmith and Ika had words yesterday. Especially now, probably not best for Ika to collect what we need. My mother and Brob need to be here to help calm the other worried parents. I'm needed at the school. Could you please go to collect something from their sons, from Conrad and his wife, and bring it to me at the schoolhouse?
Yes, and then we can start the ritual.
Roll an insight check.
All of us or just Thea?
Just Thea.
16.
Though you notice that the townsfolk clearly have lost confidence in the Inquisitor, but it's apparent that Irene hasn't. Irene still believes in the Inquisitor, and it's maybe not so much belief, but it's concern. You know, she's worried about him. And based on her asking you to go visit Conrad instead of Ika, you start to kind of gather that his anger toward the blacksmith is almost out of place. Something is weighing on him as well, though you don't know for sure what it might be or what it is. Maybe something happening at home, or maybe even a deeper connection to one of the missing children.
Okay.
You'll go?
Yes. Just because I don't think they'll let us look without this ritual.
Thank you. It means a lot that you're willing to help us. Help me.
What kind of personal item do you need? Like a shoe, a toy?
Just something that's connected to him.
Okay.
Something important.
Okay.
Conrad might know.
Do you know what kind of words he said to the Inquisitor yesterday? Anything we should be worried about?
Everyone's always at ends now with Ecom, but I know he's trying. I'm just worried that he's going to tire himself out looking for these children. You hear the bell start to ring over the schoolhouse. I do have to go. Here, this is the directions to his house, to Conrad's. It's just travel straight through town. Good luck. I'll meet you later.
Okay.
Oh, and you all, may the light guide you. And she turns and then she's like starts kind of shooing the children to the schoolhouse. Come on, kids, let's go.
Soul's gonna
Leaving.
look at Thea and look puzzled and say, why? What would they have to fight about?
I don't know. I have a feeling something more happened than maybe Ecup's mad at himself for letting another child go missing, but it's not his fault, but sometimes you feel guilty about a situation you can't control.
Yeah, but I feel like guilt makes you bitter, not... I don't know.
Well, maybe Conrad will know something or he'll say something, but in order to look for those children, we need to get something from Conrad's son.
Let's go to the Conrads then.
It's just through town, this way.
All right, so you head through town. You're following the direction of Irene's, and then eventually, oops, shit, hello.
No shit.
Right. You find yourself in front of the house that you believe is Conrad's.
I'll knock. And she'll knock on the door with her good hand.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Great.
Arrow through the chest.
Dead. Okay, not too bad. 20 dirty. Dirty 20.
Hey.
You feel pain in your hand, but you've managed to kind of keep it so non-discernible. Like you've been able to handle it. It's like having a migraine all day. You've just learned to cope with it. But you're starting over this past month or so being in this party that the pain typically happens worse the closer you stand to Azri.
Oh, okay. She shakes her hand and she like the side glances as real fast, but not like saying anything. And she just brushes it off a little bit, making a mental note, taking tallies.
You knock, but nobody answers.
Conrad,
Knock again.
yeah, she'll be like, Conrad, I knew you in there. We need assistance of yours. We're not scary and we don't bite normally.
No one answers. Do you knock a third time?
Yes.
Alrighty. So, you raise your hand to knock a third time, and someone finally responds with a shout coming from the back of the house. Quit that banging! Back here! There's a distorted metal clanking coming from the back of the house.
Oh. Sorry. Sorry. Ran back. And she leads the party to the mysterious voice.
Alright, so trying to find here we go. You circle around the main house to find the blacksmith working at his forge. A long red hot piece of metal sparks with every blow of his hammer. He levels the metal into a shape of a blade and starts to remove any type of like minor imperfections with a wire brush. Oh, hold on a minute. You're not E-Cub. Well, someone
No.
was bound to come by sooner or later. It's about my son, isn't it?
Yes, we just need a small trinket, an item of his for this ritual so we can hopefully find them. Do you want your son back?
He plunges the hot metal blade into a bucket of water. A hiss escapes angrily with the steam. Then he starts on with another piece. So, are you here to ask more about my son? Or
I
are you
mean,
want to badger me about what happened the other day? Or perhaps you're here to ask why I'm still working while my son is missing.
We're not here to
no.
judge you.
Then go
Were
on.
you expecting Conrad today?
I am Conrad.
Or I'm sorry, Jacob?
E-Cub?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was expecting someone to come sooner or later.
Well, we're here,
So,
and we
what
just
do you
want to
want
help.
to know?
I mean, do you guys want to know stuff? You guys can ask questions. I was really just here because we just needed a trinket of Conrad's just to help find them for the ritual. Maybe we could do a locator spell on it and like locate your boy. I don't know his name. Your boy out in the woods, like magic things that we could probably do. I can't do, but somebody can do locator spells. Maybe.
As she looks at her friends and how nervous they're acting, could you start by telling us what happened that day?
Andre, he's a good boy.
Andre,
He's
great start.
he has this creativeness about him. He's always scribbling something on whatever scrap of parchment that he can find. He loves to help me out at the forge. Makes the strangest little trinkets out of scrap iron. Even has his own little hammer right over there. He nods his chin toward a child-sized ball-peen hammer on the workbench, and you notice a stool on the floor behind it. You can see Conrad wipe away a tear in his eye. He went missing the night before last. In bed, fast asleep. And they called the next morning, just like the others. Nothing to explain what happened.
All the children disappear in their sleep. And you don't hear anything. No signs in the bedroom, nothing.
No,
Do you think we would be able to check out his room? Would that be okay with you?
I would prefer it if you not.
Okay.
Could we perhaps borrow this cute little hammer?
Sure.
Oh, good. It's so adorable. Did you make it?
I thought I just told you he did.
Wait, he made the hammer?
Yes.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
It's just a
Perfect.
small little hammer.
He's gonna be just like you when he grows up.
I appreciate you
there
taking the time. What?
was there anything different in the house? Were any doors open? Any windows open?
Nothing. Our doors were locked.
Everything was so locked up in the morning.
If you
Before the oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Before that night, did you notice anything different in the air? Anything weird happening? Did anyone come visit you that day that normally didn't?
No strange visitors. Just folks needing their tools fixed. Though Ronnie, Brahm's girl, came by a few times this week. Ronnie would head inside with my son, the two of them wrapped up in their drawings and paintings. Didn't seem out of place at all. No.
And they usually do that?
Yeah. You know, hmm, do you do you want to come inside?
I would love
Yes.
to.
Yes.
We would like
Talking
that.
about this, I wonder if those sketches have anything to do with anything.
Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe he was trying to tell you something. Children are crazy. I when I was a little girl, I used to draw and stuff all the time in my journals. So I totally understand.
And I understand that you don't want us to see the room or anything, but if you could open the door and just let me take a look around, I will not touch anything. I will not move anything. I will leave it how it was to respect how you'd like to keep the room until he returns.
Talk to my wife. I
I
can't
will.
bear to see her like this. I'm going back to the forge, but get whatever you need.
Right. Thank you so much.
You step into the cottage, and your eyes adjust the dimmer room, the faint morning light coming in through the windows. The room is humble. A worn rug on the floor, shelves lined with tin cups and a few basic provisions. Conrad's wife is seated in a small rocking chair near the hearth. Her shoulders are shaking in silent, contained grief. She glances up at your entrance, and you catch the briefest flicker of hope in her tear filled gaze before she looks down again. You scan the modest place for any sign that might point to the boy's whereabouts. The grief in this house is palpable. A small stray boot by the door. Half finished sketches of odd looking shapes and creatures are scattered on the table.
Laura's gonna wave and be like, "Hello, we were told to come in by Conrad to Mrs. Conrad," and kind of eye the drawings on the table quickly.
She doesn't answer. She just continues to stare into the guttering hearth as if she might find her son in the shrinking flames. Go ahead and roll a charisma persuasion check.
Both?
Alara. No, persuasion is under charisma, so
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to do both. I was like, whoa,
no.
double roll. Yeah, she's not so hot. 6.
6.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it to somebody
You
else now.
you try to approach her with your voice kind of very soft to kind of offer her comfort, but her quiet sobs fill the space between you all. She remains unresponsive, grief wedged too deep for words. She lowers her gaze, hands trembling in her lap. Each time any of you try to speak, her silent sorrow only seems to weigh heavier in the room. Despite everyone's efforts, she refuses to, or simply can't, bring herself to answer you. With no more than this anguished silence, you turn your attention to the scattered remnants of the child's life. Sketches, half finished and full of bright scribbles, lie abandoned on the table. Alar, you said you looked over it, right?
Yeah.
Um, you kind of like are looking at the sketches, and then all of a sudden you hear a voice next. My sweet Andre, please come back to us, darling. And the wife is like standing right next to you as you're looking down at the sketches.
Oh. And she's gonna be like, I understand your grief, and I know nothing I can say that can help you, except obviously bringing your boy back. But maybe these sketches can help us bring him back, unlike my own personal situation where he can't come back.
She kind of just looks at you as if she's listening, but you can clearly see that she's in a haze. She goes and she sits back over by the fire.
Okay. This is not my forte, you know.
We're
I can
here.
try.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to bring our son back. Whatever we can learn. If she's not able to talk with us, maybe we should just try and. I mean, these drawings look like significant. I mean, maybe this is what he was doing before he went missing.
Yeah, just look
Maybe
for
we know
any
he was
clues
sick.
that seem out of place. Like Ronnie said, they said that she was like the teacher, correct? Of the town? No?
Green's the teacher. Ronnie's the little girl.
I thought it was the opposite. Okay.
Irene, no, Irene is an adult.
Irene.
Ronnie
Okay.
is the daughter of Brahm.
As
So, yeah, go ahead.
As will put like a hand on her shoulder, the mother's shoulder, not say a word, not like look at her or anything like that. Leave it at that, like a understanding of camaraderie and understandability between the two. And he will go and can he go look at the room and see if
It's
there's
just a
anything?
it's just kind of a one room like
Oh,
cottage. Yeah.
okay.
He has like his own little area. You see that there's a small table with like half finished drawings and a child's like careful scrawl. There's some wooden toys. One of them missing one of the wooden toys is missing like painted wheels. There's a small shelf that stands against the far wall next to an unmade and empty child-sized bed. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
18.
So you step deeper into the blacksmith cottage, where the clang of the forge outside seems miles away. Um, you are looking at kind of this little area. Um, you see a tangle of scattered papers, children's books, a half mended blanket, remnants of a life interrupted. But you don't see any signs of a struggle or violence. Your attention drifts to the pages spread across the table. At first, looks simply like children's drawings, swirling shapes and figures of several beings, of a stuffed bear with button eyes. But then you notice some of them are stories, and you find a name scrawled in uneven letters along the edge of them. Andre. Reading further, you find short tales hinting at moonlit gatherings and whispered secrets, all described with uncanny clarity for a child of his age. He's especially vivid in describing the magic powers he has, like the ability to grant wishes or summon aid from beyond the mist, or shoot fire from a wand. Though rough in spelling and grammar, these stories feel deliberate, as though Andre's imagination was guided by an unseen hand. Nothing you find hints at an object of special significance, however. All the toys are well loved, but nothing resembles the bear from the pictures. Just as you all are about to continue your investigation, you hear a cry for help out at the forge.
Az runs like bolts immediately. Hand on the sword, out to them. Hand on his
Zol,
silver sword.
Zol will draw her weapon and run outside as well.
Alrighty, well, here's our first map.
Yay. Alara, before she does anything, she's going to take the picture of this one of the pictures, dealer's choice, of him with the magic powers, because she has an idea. So after this moment.
So you're stealing. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
All right, sleight of hand. She has some questions for Ronnie. I pressed you. Why didn't you work?
Off
4,
upgrade or
natural
saving
1.
Yes.
throw? Az can see invisible objects due to that tattoo. I don't know
Okay.
if that has to do with anything here, but going forward.
Okay. As you go to take the paper, his wife goes, "Don't you dare take my son's things.
It doesn't need
Put
to
it down.
borrow it. I have
Put
to
it
ask
down."
Ronnie. Fine. If you want to find your son, you know where to find me. I'm at the inn.
All right, so you guys all run, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So go ahead and put your tokens on the thing. On the thingy. Ah!
What do you mean? Ah.
That was just really loud.
Oh.
Okay. So I got like 75,000 things up on this computer. No, I didn't say there was a battle yet. Damn, I'm where am I at? Okay. So you burst from the cottage following Conrad's call for help. As you sprint down the path, gravel spraying behind you. There is another clanging sound, different from the previous rhythm of hammer on anvil. This one is sharper and less measured, and punctuated by an insane giggling. When you skid to a halt at the door to the forge, you find the blacksmith toppled over and swinging an iron bar that glows orange at the tip. His head is bleeding, though it's unclear whether it was from a fall or his assailant. Standing on the workbench are a few small creatures with a long nose, jagged teeth, and a red cap that seems to be dripping in blood. It is gleefully kicking tools around the smithy while waving a vicious hatchet over its head. It turns its bulging eyes towards you. Oh, no tattoos to say stop. No tattoos. It whoops around with joy and takes a running jump off the end of the workbench, licking its lips with the murderous intent as it attacks you with wild swings of its axe. Everyone, now you may roll for initiative.
Okay, that's better.
Alrighty.
As would you get?
Five.
Okay.
22.
Zolthea, Alara, Az.
Alright, Zol, you're up first.
Alright, Zol has her greatsword drawn already, so she's going to slash at the one directly in front of her. Let's see. Attack. 22 to hit.
On this one, yep, that hits.
4d10 for damage, so that's 20 points of damage.
Okay.
No little, no, no, no
I'm
blood on that guy?
Relax, Jack. I have to pull up 4 calculators.
No, you're good, you're good. I just was worried that these are like the strongest imps we've ever seen is all.
You're good. Alright, so you said 20 points of damage?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Oh, thank goodness, okay.
Oh, thank God.
The relief.
Thea is going to
Try
use.
not to kill one of them. We need to keep one alive.
Okay.
Thea's going to use Sacred Flame. 17 to
On,
hit.
on which one?
We're going to go that one.
Hold on. They have to just succeed on a dexterity saving throw for Sacred Flame. Silly goose.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
sorry.
silly goosey. It's okay. Dexterity saving throw, and you said on which one was it?
That guy.
That one? Okay. So that one. Dexterity plus 2. He got an 8.
An 8. He would have to beat a
Mhm.
14. Okay.
Oh, no.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You got it.
Lara's gonna have the same idea on the same little dude, and she's gonna cast fire bolts at them. Him.
Feeder bolt.
Fire Bailey bolt for a 23 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
and then a 8 for damage.
On the same one, right?
Yes, this guy.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Mm.
Ready whenever you are.
Oh, I didn't hear you say my name. I was waiting.
No, you're good. You guys can just keep moving. You're good.
Oh. Az will go here and attack. Nope.
Hold on. Where were you first?
There. Like,
Okay, and you moved here.
yeah.
You're gonna get an opportunity attack right here for moving right here. Okay.
Oh, well, then I'll just go that. I
Okay.
just want to move closer to him. That's all.
Yeah.
And he'll attack this one.
Okay.
And then, since this one hasn't had a round of combat, right?
Yes, or it hasn't had a round of combat now.
Okay, so I get advantage due to assassinate. So 22. All right, yeah. So 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and then it'll be that. So 5 plus.
Bleh.
Oh, cool. Kills it. Great.
Alrighty. So now it's going to be this guy's turn. He's gonna do and do for you, and then it is going to use its hatchet twice for multi attack, which it's going to go ahead and roll that again with its advantage for reckless slash. That is 19 plus 5 and 13 plus 5 to hit. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I mean I 12 AC, so
Okay. So that will be 6 points of slashing damage. And
Okay.
then it gains 4 temporary health points for its
ew,
bloodlust.
you whore. Okay. Sucking the blood
Yummy.
off of me.
It's licking its like hatchet, like
Wow.
Magic of blood.
And then this guy is going to go and then he's also going to do the same thing with his advantage. Well, no, he
You
doesn't
just
have
made a
advantage on
mistake.
this one. So we got 16 and a 20.
They both have either one hits.
Huh?
I said either one hits.
Okay. So it is 1d6 plus 3, so 6. 8 points of slashing damage. And it also gains some temporary health point.
You're gonna need that.
Okay. And then we're going to get this guy right here. He's going to come up too. For advantage with that is going to use +5. So they both hit as well. For 5, 9, 12 points of slashing damage from him. And then also he gains 2. Or no, he gains 4. +4.
This is all on as? Oh, okay.
He did not attack Zol. It's just on Az. Yes, correct. Alrighty. Conrad is unconscious right now. He's not dead. He's just unconscious. Up the top.
All right. Zol is going to come to Az's aid and attack this one. Where is it? Actions, attack. 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 27 points of damage.
Blah.
That ends my turn.
Thea's gonna walk behind Az and do Cure Wounds.
Take you.
16 points of restored HP.
I can breathe again. In case anyone was wondering, I was on 1 hit point.
Yikes. Is the imp in front of me close enough that I can reach out and touch?
Yeah, you're within combat range. Yeah.
All right, she's gonna cast Shocking Grasp on this little fella.
On this guy. Okay.
It is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Double
So.
or roll twice.
Let's double it. So 9. It was 9 times 2 is 18.
It explodes into viscera of like.
Ew.
It's all over her face. Like she's like,
It tastes disgusting. It's bitter and awful. But okay, next.
Alright. Az is going to use steady aim to give himself advantage. He cannot move. But he's going to attack. Do that. Let's see if I get it at 20. Nope. Alright, it's 25 to hit.
That hitters.
Alright. That 10 plus, I believe it's a 2. Yeah. Alright. So 10 plus 14, 17 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. His turn again. He can only do that once, so 9 plus 5 is 14.
Misses me.
And 12 plus 5 is 17.
Hits me.
So just 6 points of slashing damage. Oh, he no longer has.
Is Az down?
No, I got healed.
Oh, okay, okay.
Would have been dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Thea.
that one of super dead.
Alrighty, back up it up.
Could Zol find something medium length, sharp, and use it to pin the little creature down to the ground so we can interrogate it?
You can use a javelin.
Okay. Let's see. Actions. Javelin. 24 to hit.
That hits his.
And only 4 damage. Dammies.
4 dammies.
Yes. So I'm imagining she like obviously isn't that far from him. So she's just gonna like flick her wrist and she hits her mark. Does he get pinned down though?
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. The creature, as it's like pinned down with like is it in its shoulder or like with its clothing
Yes.
or like,
So
so
I'm
you went
imagining that
through
it
it.
went right through his little tunic, through his shoulder, like almost kind of in his chest. Dangerously close to some vital organs, I'm sure. And blood is just like leaking out slowly.
Okay. What? No! No! You'll never have me! And he takes his hatchet and slits his throat as black oozing guts just kind of ooze everywhere. As it like just worms away in death, his the wife bustles into outside, and she gasps and rushing to the side of her husband, looking at his head. What's happened?
Weird imp creatures attacked us for no reason. That's I can't explain it any better than this. It was not our fault. We
Do
did our
you
best.
do you know what these creatures are? Have you seen these before?
Someone help my husband. I can't lose him too.
Uh, Thea was going to he's unconscious. Do I need to do like spare the dying, or is he's not dead,
No.
or
You can just use the help action.
help do the what?
The help action.
I will do the help action and sprinkle some water on his forehead.
There you go. Oh. Thank you. Oh, that's a blood cap. Never thought I'd see one do more than cause mischief. Usually they tip over milk pails or chase chickens, then dash off laughing before anyone can catch them. Had one steal a box of iron spearheads meant for Brahm just last month. He looks at the dead like creatures on the ground. And then all of them disintegrate into grayish dust. I've heard tales about them for years, but I've never dreamed they'd stand and fight like that. They're pests, really. Every once in a while, they spring up out of the dark, play their cruel little pranks, vanish without a trace. You can hear their laughter echo through the night from time to time, always giving me the shivers. I'm grateful for you all help. Thank goodness you were here. Did you get what you needed?
I mean, we saw the drawings.
With the investigation that Az had, did any of the drawings show those creatures or no?
No.
Okay.
He definitely was curious about wizardry, it seems like, which I'm very proud of. If I meet him, I could tell him what school to go to, if that's the line of work he wants to be in. I being a wizard myself.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to share with us, though? I mean, give us a good chance at getting your son back for you.
I still haven't found his bear, dear. I have no idea where it could be.
Wait, the bear was in the drawings.
Yes, my boy loves that ragged toy. He wouldn't be caught
Oh.
without it for a moment if he couldn't help it. Are you sure you've looked everywhere, dear? She nods. That hammer that you took is the best I can do. Andre was learning the family trade, and maybe this will do. Please, please help us find our son.
We will do
We
our
will do our
best.
best.
All right. Now that
And
you have, yeah, go ahead.
sorry, as they leave, Thea says, "May the light guide you."
She looks over and she bows. As with you.
Az will turn to the group, depending on where this goes next, but be like, maybe we should go over to the Inquisitor's house.
Before
I
we
mean,
go to the schoolhouse,
Maybe after.
that's
okay.
what I was gonna say. Is it's a great idea, and
Let's hit
I'm
schoolhouse first.
definitely interested, but I don't know if we have time.
Schoolhouse first. Go from there, and then if we have time, I'd like to go see the Inquisitor's house.
Agreed.
You're all kind of in that back court area, and Andre's or Conrad's wife picks up a broom that was kind of like leaning up against the wall, and she starts like sweeping away um the like remains of the dust in the blood cap. Um, However, as the broom passes through one of the piles, something solid rolls out of it, and it bangs up against one of the barrels. She stops and picks it up to show her husband. It's a thin bar of twisted iron. One end is hammered into a grip sized for a child's hand, and the tapered spiral end is a sloppy blob of melted iron. What is this? I've never seen you make anything like this before. Oh, that's one of Andre's little projects. He said that he saw it in a dream. It was good practice for him, but I don't know what he was trying to make. As she kind of like handles it, um, the end of the object sparks and produces a hot, sputtering flame. Oh! And she like drops it onto the floor. Um, Magic. Witchcraft. The foul beast must have infused the iron with evil powers. Please. She looks at Euthia. Take that evil thing away.
Okay. And she goes over and she uses a cloth and she picks it up.
Me.
Roll Arcana.
Maybe Alara can take a look at it. I mean, she is a magic person and all.
22.
Um, Based on the fact that the blood cap had all but vanished when it was killed, it's unlikely that it was fully bound to this place, this plane of existence, which means it was summoned into being somehow. Such a creature wouldn't be able to enchant the wand, even with such a basic effect. Um,
I She looks over it and she's like, I don't think this is the red caps. I think this is an
um,
actual wand.
you learn that this is called a firelighter wand. As a bonus action, you can command the wand to create a small hot flame that does 1 fire damage on a successful melee attack. The wand can also act as an arcane focus. Um, what do you mean? It was my boys?
Or the red cap or the blood cap found it somewhere and just had it on him. But yeah, he couldn't infuse his magic into it. These guys were summoned. They weren't of this world.
So he took it. I always thought his talk of magic and fairies was just a phase. And then he made that thing. Please don't tell anyone. We don't know what our neighbors would do if they found out that he is. She trails off, but it's
She
clear
puts
what
her
she wants to say. A witch.
Thea
You can
puts her
only.
hand. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You're right. You can only imagine what punishment might be in store for a child after your test with the doctor. Please, he's a good boy. Help us find our son.
She puts a hand on her shoulder. We won't say a word. You saw us. Most of us have magic. It's okay. Take this with us. Come back.
Thank you.
We must go and start their ritual and look for your boy. Okay?
Please, bring him home.
Try our best. And she will hand off the wand to Alara.
Okay. All right. So now you see it's about a time for you to leave, and you find your way easily to the schoolhouse, which is just one room. You push open its creaky door, and it leads into a cramped space lit by streaks of pale morning light. Around a dozen low desks face a slate board smudged with half-erased chalk, while a small corner holds scattered toys and a few brightly colored balls. Strange symbols adorn the corners of the room, the wall, and more of the witch Haman charms hang over the head and the rafter. Brightly colored drawings and sheets of parchment line the back wall. Some pages are even curled with age. Only one student, Brahm's daughter Rani, sits quietly at her desk, absorbed in the steady scratch of her quill and parchment. Irene is seated at the small desk, pressed close to one of the walls. Though her expression is politely attentive, there's a hint of unease in the way her gaze flickers from you to the door. Oh, she says, getting up. I wasn't expecting you so soon.
Well, we were able to speak with Conrad and his wife, and oh, well,
You found
we'll
something very close to the boy? In your
yes,
mind, two things flash: the hammer or the.
yes, we do have an option.
Oh, what is it?
His hammer.
You present Irene with Andre. Her fingers tighten around the handle just before she sets it aside on the desk. Thank you. He was, no, is a bright boy. Even if he struggles with certain lessons, he always finds creative ways to keep himself busy. She looks over at Ronnie. These days, I suppose we all feel a little out of sorts. Anyway, I have a few things to. I suppose you'd like to look around? And don't hesitate to ask if you need any. Ronnie continues scratching her quill across the parchment, the only sound in a hush that feels charged with questions. What do you do?
Az is gonna go sit down by Ronnie and start drawing out on his own piece of paper and like doodling, just not really saying anything, just doodling. Um, and after like a few minutes, he'll look over and see like if he has like any of their attention. And if he does,
Okay.
he'll be like, "Oh, what are you drawing?"
Okay. So you go over to Ronnie. Um, it seems like she right as you're kind of like looking at her apartment because instead of lines of text, there's a half-finished sketch that is formed under the tip of the quill. She brightens as you approach, her eyes flickering from her page to yours. Although she's kind of more focused on you, a ready smile crosses her face when you sit next to her. Looking for answers about Andre?
Just looking. You seem ready to tell though. Do you know anything?
She sets her quill down, clearly willing to share what she knows. Um, without much fuss, she talks about all the times Andre used to stay after class to draw, moments they swapped pencils or paints, little details that speak to kind of a quiet camaraderie among the school's children. As she finishes telling you everything that she can, Ronnie slides a fresh sheet of paper onto your desk. You look like you want to help me draw something.
What would you like me to draw?
Maybe something happy to look at. There's like a tentative hope in her voice, as though art might bring a ray of light to this town's troubles. She lifts the ready to share not just the ink, but a small, vital spark of optimism amidst of so much uncertainty. Um, all right, let's draw. Um, I see that you draw too. She starts doodling, kind of like next happily. Um, roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh, sleight of hand. Choo. Oh, 13.
You got 13. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Rory leans forward in her seat, um, eyes kind of just wide at the parchment that you guys are drawing together. Draw the big stag. You know, the one in the square, but bigger, like more magical. Give him like glowing antlers and stuff.
Az does that.
Ooh, now add fairies, like tons of them, all around the stag, and the stag can fight them off with its giant antlers. The grown-ups are so scared of them, but they've always seemed so cute to me.
Do you usually play with the fairies as he's drawing out them?
Just drawing them. Um, she kind of like continues to give you like what to draw. At first, they're just like things like gossamer wings. But then she asks you for like different versions. One that looks like a hunched older woman, a lean knight in plate armor, with insect wings, and many other variations that seem to draw more knowledge of pure imagination. Finally, she sits back to admire the drawing. That looks really good. You're almost as good as Eleanor. Here, take a look. She pulls out a folded piece of paper and hands it to you. On it, you see what's still just a sketch, but such vivid detail that you're sure it will practically leap off the page if completed. Eleanor drew that one. Isn't she great? But the grown-ups don't like fairies much, so that one's my own secret treasure. She takes the sketch back and tucks it into her pocket. And then she continues drawing on her own.
Have all
On
the
her
kids
own
that you've
page.
have all the kids that you've drawn what's gone missing, Ronnie?
Kids? What do you mean?
Like Andre?
I've never drawn Andre before.
No, I'm saying like have all the kids that you've been drawing with gone
Um,
missing?
well, we all like to draw and paint, and Irene lets us do arts and crafts, so
Mm-hmm.
I would suspect there's not one kid in this entire village who's never.
But like special stories like this about the fairies
Mostly just
and
me and
magic.
Andre.
Just you guys. Okay.
Mm,
Well, you have very great drawing skills.
thank you. I'm surprised you didn't ask about Ellen. Most adults do who dislike fairies. Or I'm surprised you didn't ask me where to find him.
Well, where is he?
Where's who?
Eleanor.
Oh, well, I wish I knew. I heard, but I was talking about the fairies. Where to find
Oh,
the fairies?
at least said you only drew, but you know where they are.
Well, I wish I did. I heard they live deep in the woods, but there's more. At least that's what Eleanor said. She said she found them at night.
Do you know where or which way?
Mm-mm. I get scared thinking about it. She said she finally found something out there, something that really shocked her. I could tell. After she came back, she kept asking about her diary. She wanted to write everything down, every detail of what she saw. I never wrote down her exact instructions, and I kind of wish I had. Um, Irene
I know.
coughs to interrupt
Mm,
your conversation. And she puts her head back down into her schoolwork. I think that's enough drawing for now. Back to work, Ron. Thank you for drawing with me. We don't get many visitors in Mitch Haven, but I'm glad you guys came. I hope that you can help Ika find my friends.
of course, kiddo. And he'll like pat her head and like walk over.
What were you guys doing? Were you guys during this time?
Um, I was curious to ask Irene what lessons, let's see, Andre struggled with.
So you go over to Irene, where she's sitting at her desk, kind of shuffling papers, making charcoal pencil. There are a few There are very few sheets of what appear to be like students' works, likely due to how low attendance is at the school. As you approach, she looks up from what she's doing and she smiles. What can I do for you?
I heard you mention earlier that Andre struggled with some lessons, and I just couldn't help but wondered what you meant by that. Like school lessons, or
Focusing. I've I've taught children in Witch Haven for years. Uh, it's been a delight. No matter their quirks or struggles, I always treat them as though they were my own. They come here bright-eyed, ready to learn and play, and I make sure that they know that they're cared for. I feel fortunate that my love hasn't gone unnoticed. The children give it back to me in 100 little ways. Drawings with my names on them, a warm hug at the end of the day, or even just an eager question at the start of each lesson. No matter the trouble in this town, they've always been a constant ray of light, and I'd do anything to keep that light shining. Andre was just one of those kids that always had a smile on his face and a pencil in his hand. He struggled paying attention sometimes, especially when him and Ronnie sat next to
what did they get distracted with? Drawing?
each other.
Is Ronnie making some of these same drawings that Andre was? Have you noticed?
Yeah, they like to draw together, kind of like what your friend is doing now.
Has anyone in the town? I mean, I know I'm an outsider and I'm feel like this is gonna come off as rude, but have you guys thought to like ask the kids more about what they might know? What they have in common before they go missing?
We've tried everything. This has been going on for a while now. If we'd have the answers, or if the children have the answers, I feel like we would have stopped it, you know?
True. Well, hopefully we'll figure this out soon.
Do you, um, do you, the night Andre disappeared, I was with my mother, like most evenings. And then I went home after dark. We were preparing for the ceremony to find the children. We had never tried it that way before, so we wanted to make sure that we got it right. Specifically, she wanted to make sure that I got it right. I had some objections to her requirement, and I was overruled, of course. Ekub has interviewed me with kids every several times for several. I suppose you want to know more.
Yeah, of course I do. I
Roll investigation check.
investigation. Uh-oh. 13?
Hmm? The details I can remember is that I was with my mother for her to, at her demand. We were gathering everything we needed for the ceremony, and apparently I couldn't get my part right, so it took longer than I expected. I stayed until well after dark. She briefly glances up at Ronnie and Azriel, who are drawing on their desks, oblivious to what's going on at the front of the classroom. It becomes apparent that you need more than just her regarding Andre, so you kind of like press about the other children too, the ones who vanished before him. And she says, I was here at the school those times, preparing for lessons, or with my mother. I've kept records. Feel free to look through them if it helps. I truly wish I had more useful information. We all want these children home. But as I told you, I was with my mother when Andre disappeared.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you. I would love to look at those records if you don't mind.
Sure. Let me see.
Is this when she interrupts?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Okay. Az will walk back up and he'll look at her and he'll be like, I do have one question. Now, I do
Sure.
not know what the ritual entails yet because we've not done it. But are the things that are connected to these children that is needed for the ritual, are they destroyed?
No,
Where do they go?
they're all around the altar.
Oh, okay.
Um, so as you kind of uh she says, "Let me find those papers. Feel free to look around if you want." So you kind of start, all of you start kind of looking around. Um, you see that there's a collection of wooden toys that fills a short shelf. Each piece catches your eye with its incredible craftsmanship. You see a small pony with finely etched mane hairs, a miniature cart whose wheels actually spin, and even a set of tiny forest animals deep down to their delicate paws. Running a finger over the sleek surface of one of the figurines, you realize just how carefully each one has been carved and sanded. Pretty impressive, right? Ronnie says. My dad made them. He's amazing at carving, and he polishes them so well that. Rory, Ronnie, no need to brag. Brahm is very protective of the legends. He really does go to great trouble to make sure that no. As, you look again at the back wall. There's pictures, like I said, of uh, uh, campfires, rooftops of the town. Scattered between these are scribbles of tiny winged beings, mushroom circles, and a devilishly smiling face under a red cap. They're all done in the same style, from a dabbed paint to shaky pencil lines. Amid these drawings, there is one, however, that stands out. It depicts a moon white stag emerging from the dark, twisting trees in rich color. Circles of the sun and the moon symbols dominate the background, creating a sense of radiant mystery. Delicate winged figures flit around the stag, each rendered with surprising detail. At the bottom of this remarkable piece is a unique signature. Eleanor. You Irene comes over. She says she certainly has a gift. Where is Eleanor today? She wasn't here yesterday either. I don't know, dear. Maybe like the other children, her father worries for her and is keeping her at home. Oh, I guess you're right. Um, does someone roll an Arcana or Nature?
I claim Arcana.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably shouldn't be me.
Arcana.
Arcana. Since I'm proficient in it. A 21. It's not terribly great, but
So Alara, you kind of like are looking at the drawings at the back of the. Um, you pause when you realize that a handful of the pictures seem almost too detailed, almost like, though still drawn by like a child's wobbly lines, these images depict sprites and fairies with pointed ears, slender limbs, and wings that, despite the mismatched proportions, feature tiny veins or delicate edges. One of the child's artwork shows a swirl of color around a fairy's head, as if capturing an otherworldly glow. Another piece includes a small circle of mushrooms, colored in uneven greens and browns, where little winged figures dance in playful poses. At first, these drawings are no different from scrawls you might expect from young students, but the more you look, the more you notice consistent figures, antenna like protrusions, faint suggestions of light around the fairies' feet, and an odd accuracy in the shape of their wings. It's almost as if though each child remembered the same peculiar details and did their best in the simple childlike style to capture them. These small but pointed similarities leave you wondering just how and where these students have seen such creatures with their own eyes. Well, I think it's time for us to get together, okay? Or to get ready for the ceremony.
Oh, of course.
Mother doesn't like tardiness. Ronnie, love, you're done for the day, okay? Um, Irene kind of follows you out and locks the schoolhouse as Ronnie runs laughing into the late morning sun. She sucks in the crisp fall air and puffs it out to see a mist in front of her face. Ronnie, your father isn't here to pick you up. Stay where we can keep an eye on you, okay, dear? As you walk, you have one last chance to speak to Irene. Maybe you want to ask her about the fey creatures, or about the strange creatures you fought, or mention that you saw a young girl, Thea, on the first night outside of town.
Thea's gonna look over at Irene. I'm wondering if the children saw anything before they disappeared. Those drawings, they're all similar in a way. And I wonder if they saw something similar to what I saw.
What did you see?
Well, on our way here, I thought I saw a little girl in the woods, and I ran after her. And then I was trapped and attacked by a monster.
She listens to you intently.
It was trying to lure me into the woods. I
Hmm.
wonder, children dream of fairies and mystical, magical things. What if they try to lure them in too?
It's possible, but all the children in town are accounted for. None of the missing ones match what you're saying. And I've
There's no missing girls.
no word of a missing blonde girl, especially with art supplies like you talked about.
What does Eleanor look like?
Not like that. Hmm. She glances over at Ronnie, who's kind of skipping along, brightness just carefree as she's trying to brighten the mood, hanging around this town. Thea, for a moment, you remember yourself at that age and kind of just feel a little bit of a warmth of like, you have to protect this girl. You know what I mean? Like, you were her, and we don't want to snuff out her light. Sometimes shadows can play tricks on us, and the creatures of the woods have a way of fooling us. They're mischievous fae in the woods, for example, that love to play pranks on the unwary. Her words hang cool in the air, mingling with the faint laughter of the girl at play and an unspoken mystery that continues to weave its way through the streets of Witch Haven and into yours. Since Witch Haven is small, it doesn't take long for you to reach the central square. A few of the morning's crowd continues to wait in an expected quiet, but Madame Uvelda is nowhere to be seen. Thank you for everything you're doing here. Witch Haven is not a safe place, even for those of us who've lived here all or most of our lives. She reaches behind her neck and ties one of the charms hanging around. The charms protect us, so I would like to extend that defense to the dark magic onto you. I'm certain my mother would not approve, but you will likely need this more than I.
She gives
Oh.
us all charms or just Thea?
Just Thea.
Oh. Thank you. She happily
You
takes it.
get a charm. You can cast protection from good and evil, from evil and good, on yourself once per long rest or whoever's wearing it, without using a spell slot or any components. Once per long rest, when you are targeted by a spell that would charm, frighten, or possess you, you can choose to become immune to that effect until the start of your next. Irene excuses herself after letting you know that the ceremony begin. Ronnie dashes into the crowd to find her father. As more of the townsfolk arrive in the square, each one of them fires a glance your way. No one keeps their feelings to themselves, but the townsfolk expressions run the gamut, from fear and mistrust to hope and gratitude. They all keep their distance from you, however, leaving you to wait by yourselves. And that is where we'll end tonight. Right before the ceremony.